Hey guys, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. You may have noticed that it's been like, I don't know, like a day and a half since the last episode. My bad. My plan was to do a character creation episode, and then a gameplay episode to start the series off, like both in the same day, but I got interrupted, so here I am finally getting back on the saddle. Hopefully we'll have a good time. Journey to Gilded Vale. New quest, the Gilded Vale. So we're here to deal with the fact that I'm a poor sick man, and for some reason that box showed up with it scrolled incorrectly. Not sure why, but we were on a journey through the Vale, and I'm sick, so we stopped to deal with that. Caravan Master Odema. The Caravan Master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis. Weird. It's after his name. But it's not in... Oh, I guess maybe dialogue's in quotes in this game. Because I was a little weird... I was a little confused by the fact that it's like his name followed by apparently an emote. Alright.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside. By the way, thank God for voice acting. This is a saving grace for you. This is as good for you guys as it is for me. You've heard some of my reading.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the Caravan Master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Odema looks over his shoulder at his assistant, a lanky, intense man named Sparfle, who carries an odd, sun-bleached bow. Sparfle nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. He said that's after the instruction about the hunting. A little weird that they don't... I kind of wish that each screen would start with the dialogue and end with the emotes or something, just because it's a little awkward if the voice actor starts talking in advance. But let's talk about berries. Let's see. Where would I find these berries? What are those ruins? Is it dangerous out here? What are these huge rocks coming out of the ground? Or I can just go find the berries. So I need berries to go cure my illness. So where do I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
He adds with a wink. Oh, so I hear. Your character's attributes, skills, class, race, culture, and sex may open up options for you in dialogue. These options are not necessarily superior to other responses, but give you a wider variety of choices to select from. The manner to which someone responds to your choices depends on their individual personality and attitude. You might look at the screen and think that some of the text might be too big for the interface. So it might look a little awkward. Don't blame the game for that. I actually specifically increased the size of the text for the sake of the recording, so that when you guys are watching it on whatever format you are, it might be easier for you to read the text. Oh, did it go away when I highlighted the X? That was interesting. Or maybe that's set to a timer. And so it looks like as a response, I've unlocked the option to say who did build the ruins.
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
There is a concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year? Rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
Beawick. That's not the first pronunciation I would have tried to go with, so thanks for saying that out loud for me. What are these huge rocks coming out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Oh, cool. So we've got magical crystals growing out of the ground that seem to be alive and can carry the souls of men. So there's a setup for something that we could elaborate on later, or they're just like laying threads for stuff that they'll never talk about again. Yeah. Both are equally amusing to me, honestly. I'm gonna go find those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
Take someone with me. I got a wolf. That's my someone. He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow. I wonder if the character they chose to take with you, like, if there's just one character who is always with you, or if they specifically pick someone based on what kind of character you chose to complement them. It'd be interesting to find out. I'm not about to investigate, though.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her, you're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything.
Odema chuckles and shakes his head. He looks at you. He casts a sidelong glance at her.
Off with you. Hiodon should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Odema's small grin recedes beneath his mustache, and he is stern once more. Collect some springberries to concoct a remedy. So it's myself and our new friend. Game is paused. Welcome to Pillars of Eternity. If this is your first visit to the world of Elora, you may want to watch these windows to become familiar with the tools and interfaces available to you. Your party always consists of your character and up to 5 additional companions or adventurers, while the caravan is camped outside the Glanfithan ruins. Odema has assigned Kalisha to help you. Kalisha is a fighter, a class that excels in close quarters defense. Use her abilities to complement your own. To select a party member, click on their selection circle, their portrait, or press the number button that corresponds to the position in the party. Starting with 1 to the left. To select multiple party members, click and hold anywhere on the screen and drag the marquee over the circles of the party members you'd like to include. To move selected characters, click anywhere on the screen where your cursor is a circle of 4 wedges. All selected characters will path to their corresponding position in the formation. If you see a red circle with a slash through it, you cannot walk on that part of the map. When multiple party members are selected, the action bar is hidden. To see an individual character's option, select only that character. Alright, so we're already off the bat in a big way. So, we have a whole like dialogue tree we can make this bigger. We can make it very big if we want to. I'll make it a little larger. Okay, so WASD does not move camera, but arrow keys do. So we're going to be probably using mostly the mouse to move the camera. Alright, so select the characters. They're already selected. Looks like...
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
So you
Sure.
looks like you pause and unpause with spacebar, and there's a slow mode we activate with S. At which point everyone goes slower. Yeah, now everyone's in slow mode. Okay, we don't need that right now because nothing's happening. So do we have a goal, or do we have a goal location, like a waypoint, or are we just gonna start walking? I'm thinking we just start walking. Let's see. We have a formation. Maybe try to create a line. That's not the order I was thinking of. So how do we alter our formation is what I'm wondering. Let's see. I want single file, or maybe even this triangle formation, but I want the archer in the back, preferably. It's a little awkward there in the front. Let's look for an option for changing formation, just because it'd be good to have the fighter ahead of our party. A sudden sickness has come over me. The Caravan Master has urged me to make a remedy before my condition worsens. Let's see here. Controls, graphics, sound, game. Now those immediately help with the formation. Attack, formation, camp. There's got to be, if they're going to give you a formation, they definitely have an option for choosing the order of your formation. Options, journal, character. Maybe character will have multiple tabs and that'll help me out. Huh. I am not seeing formation options. Maybe I just select one character, I get more specific commands. Nope. That's just people's ability bars. Oh, I can talk to her.
Springberries grow wild all over the place here. Keep your eye out.
Alright, let's just start looking for them.
Yeah? Sure.
So what do we have here? We'll just keep heading south and see if we don't run out of any boundaries at all. Hey guys, how's it going, nature? You gonna cause me any problems today? The fallen tree doesn't budge.
Not looking forward to trying to lift that thing tomorrow.
Sap oozes from the jagged wound in its trunk. So, oh, that's the tree trunk that they said blocked the caravans in the first place around the time that I became ill. Alright, I think I've encountered an oversight in this game, unfortunately. So, I didn't think I could scroll left and right for a little bit there because there's an option that says cage cursor to screen, which makes it so that you don't take the mouse off the screen. And I couldn't get the screen to scroll left because I was trying to put the cursor to the left side of the screen and it wasn't working. It turns out that the option just doesn't work. I have two monitors and I can totally scroll off the screen. There's Hiodon.
Anyone need supply?
You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic. So yeah, apparently the cage cursor to screen option doesn't work when you're playing full screen and you have two monitors. So my mouse was just going off the screen, so I couldn't scroll left using the mouse. But now I'm on the arrow keys. Unfortunately, WASD doesn't work, but that's because S and other stuff probably works for other things. We'll figure out a control scheme that works for us.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He scratches one cheek with his knuckle. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
Adir Empire. We're learning pronunciation today. I just need to figure out how to keep it all in my head. So, we're making the most of things. I can say we might as well try. Without like that, I'm sure you'll do well. I think the caravanners are prickly. Watch out for those axe wielders Odema mentioned. And how incredibly naive. I'm surprised you've lasted this long. I'm gonna say let's watch out for the axe users. That's excellent advice indeed. You now have one rank in a disposition reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputations will be favored by some people, and benign reputations often bring out the worst in certain people. No disposition is inherently good or bad in the Pillars of Eternity, but if your main character is a priest or a paladin, you must be careful not to misalign their dispositions with what is favorable by their deity or order, respectively. For the main character only, their dispositions will modify the effects of Holy Radiance for priests and Faith and Conviction for paladins. Don't have to worry about that. I'm a rogue. He laughs. That's excellent advice indeed.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Tell me about the Adir Empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Recapture and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire, a fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
I assume it's called Deerwood because it's part of the Adir Empire? Or the Adir Empire is named after the Deerwood? He gives you a lopsided grin and nods at the other scattered caravanners. Why'd you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Recapture? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Deerwood is a former Adir colony, so it seemed like a good place to start. And as much as I admire Red Suren's work and ethic, they've always struck me as a little fanatical. Seems like you got the short end of the stick. I don't see it that way. Hiodon begins restacking the crates in his wagon. My brothers and I are all working together for the sake of the family enterprise. Alright, let's see what you got. I don't have money though, do I? There's a tutorial with... Oh, there it is. It was scrolled off. Stores allow you to trade and sell items for copper pieces, CP, or items in the store's inventory. Merchants buy items from you at a greatly reduced price. If you sell something, you may see it appear in the store's inventory with a much higher cost. Stores periodically refresh their inventories. So things that you sell to the store may be resold by the store at, resale value. Okay. So, I have 100 coppers. Here they have a lot of items to pick from, and I can afford most of them. So the question is, what kind of equipment do I have right now? Can I look at my character from here? Character. Alright. Personal. These are all stats. I'd rather look at my inventory. So let's try... There we go. So apparel, what do you have? You have a hunting bow, two-handed, average speed, interrupt of 0.5 seconds, 12 to 18 pierce damage versus deflection, and I have one chest piece with a damage reduction of 10, recovery speed minus 50 because it's heavy. Oh, it's heavy armor. Interesting. And I have nothing in any other slot. Okay. So I'll see if there's a better chest piece than this 10 damage reduction to heavy armor, or a better bow than this 12 to 18 pierce damage. I'm gonna wait around for a while and see if Kaliska's even a permanent character or not. Because for all I know, she could just leave.
Something else you need?
Let's see what you got. So, hunting bow. That's the same weapon I already have. War bow. Average. Let's see if anything's lower. As far as I can tell, it's not. 15 to 24 pierce damage is higher damage. Yeah, I don't see a reason not to just upgrade to this. So I'm going to do exactly that. Let's trade. Alright, and let's see. There's a party option and a stash option. Oh yeah, I have something in my stash, don't I? Orland's Cradle. Right click for details. Named by Resuran settlers. Redsuran settlers who came upon the mushrooms of the forest. This thick, flat fungus grows along the base of large trees. Is it useful for any... Okay, it's an ingredient, so I might be able to use it at some point, so I don't necessarily need to sell it right away. So let's go ahead and go to my inventory. I promise I'll get faster about some of this stuff. I just need to get in the groove of things. We'll go ahead and swap in my new bow. I'll probably just sell the old one. Do another quick comparison. I think it's better in every way, as far as I can tell. Yeah. Yeah, it just has higher stats in general. So, how about we consider selling...
Something else you need?
Let's try selling our hunting bow. What do you get for that? 37. That's like half my money back. Absolutely. There we go. So now we're up to 62. Down from 100. So we've only spent 40 on that 75 item. Was there higher level? I want to make sure there weren't higher level ones that I accidentally didn't look at. Lockpicks. That's interesting. Do I want to pick up lockpicks? Oh, they're 38 each. Okay, let's reduce that. Wait. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm gonna grab one lockpick, and we'll see if that comes in handy. Because I figure I'm a rogue character. I might be good with lockpicks. It might be a decent thing to start off with. There might be a specific stat I can look at for. I assume dexterity is going to be how lockpicks are handled, but it might be some. Oh wait. Mechanics 0, disarm difficulty, traps, pick difficulty 0, locks 0, trap. So I have no points into mechanics, so I'm terrible apparently with locks. How about our friend here? They also have mechanics 0, so this lockpick is not going to be very useful to me.
No problem.
Okay, so that may have been a poor investment. I made a bad assumption there, but I'm just going to... Ooh, we can zoom more out. Coolio. Makes it easier to see. Exploration is the key to Pillars of Eternity. As you make your way through Eastern Reach, open the area map to see what parts of the map you've already been to and what's left to explore. So it might have been a bad purchase buying that lockpick, but I'm not going to be too concerned about it because I think... let's actually select my characters first of all.
No problem.
I think we'll be okay just because we'll probably meet a mechanical inclined character. So it's a bit of an early waste of resources, but I'm sure we'll find a use for it at some point. But yeah, I could have checked that better. Are you friendly?
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Oh, that's Sparful. All right. So he's the hunter that was sent off to help with water and hunting. What is that? Is that the weird thing I'm looking for?
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Certainly looks like a weird thing. Oh, and those are bodies. Wait, or is it just a deer? Okay, yeah, there's worse things than just some big deer. What's this over here, though? Can I click on this? I can't. Can I inspect this at all? Really? Weird mystical glowy thing, and they're not going to let me look at it to find out what it is. Okay. And there's a weird thing down here. It's like a weird it's just like a weird bronze thing wrapped around a pillar. My wolf looks pretty freaking cool. Look at all that spiky hair, looking all badass. I'm just gonna explore. That's probably the thing we're looking for, if I'm lucky. Burned lady. That is not what I'm looking for, and it was also a morbid name for a plant. Looks like my camera maxes out at going left here. That's either because it's unexplored and it just won't let me go off into the black, or because the map ends there. I'm thinking the map ends there. Okay. So we'll loop south then. Let's see here. What are we going to find around here? There's a bridge we can cross. I'll hold off on that for now, just because other directions... I like to explore encapsulated areas before I go crossing bridges or opening doors if I can. You never know when you're going to encounter something new, or get lost. Travelers maybe, or looters, or bandits. Bad sign anyway, you figure it. The corpse is cold to the touch, and a ripe smell wafts from it in putrid waves. A dark crusted bloodstain besmirches its simple linen clothing. Oh, wait. Never mind. It shows. If I just go on this screen, it just shows up in the corner so I can read it there. What about you? Ooh. Hey, he has lockpicks on it. Further trivializing the fact that I bought lockpicks. Alright, so now we're corpse looters now. No big deal. So, leather armor, durability. So, faster recovery speed, reduced damage reduction. I don't know. Is it a good idea to have faster recovery speed? I mean, oh, interesting. You have medium armor. I have heavy armor. I think I want to change that. Oh my god, look at them pecs. I was not expecting a very toned character. I'm thinking give her the fighter heavier armor. That seems like a good move to me. And this scale armor is actually better than my my leather armor anyway. She's very open to this idea of just stripping her of equipment and just putting it on my character like it's no big deal. Should I just go for the faster recovery speed? I kind of just like the look better. Is that bad? Part of me is like, it's a role playing game. Let's go for the part that looks more the part. Because that scale armor looks silly. I'll let her keep it. It's hers. She does. It is her armor after all. What is that weird? It's like a weird plant. I don't think it's interactive though. It's just sort of welcome to what nature looks like in this game. It's freaking weird. There's glowy things and spiky plants. This is the bottom boundary of the map. If this is the bottom boundary of the map and the other part was the left boundary of the map, I get the feeling that going across that bridge is either going to be a bad enemy, an an obstacle I can't cross, or it's going to be my objective. You know, my favorite gamble. Ooh. Use the tab key to highlight interactive objects in the environment. Alright. I am going to press tab. Pressing tab is doing nothing right now. Was that just a general tip for just for the sake of it? I thought it was going to be saying that because it was like a prompt like, you better notice this interactive object, but tab did nothing. Oh, maybe it's this. There we go. Okay. It's because all the interactive stuff is over here. I bet that thing down there is the plant I'm looking for. The footprints around the campfire are indistinct and may have been here for days or longer.
This is recent. Not good.
What's this over here? Ooh, we got beer. Alright, I'll just take that. Hopefully my character's not an alcoholic, or we'll be some serious trouble already. This is the plant I'm looking for? Deer cap was added to the stash. Going to remind myself. Is it J for journal? It is! Alright, collect some spring berries. Want to remind myself. Odema suggested that a certain tea brewed with local berries could cure me. Sparkle has gone to fetch water from the river, but it falls to me to gather some spring berries. Odema says they grow in a distinctive bush. So we're still looking for that. Gilded Vale. Gilded Vale is said to be one of the most prosperous villages in Deerwood. Full of opportunities for work and wealth. I was told they're offering land to new settlers. And then on our journey to Gilded Vale, the current objective, the road to Gilded Vale has been a long one, and it's not over yet. Thankfully, traveling by caravan has insulated me from the dangers of the Deerwood. I thought he said insulted me. I'm like, wait, what? Why are we talking about it? Who's insulting you? So we have more exploring to go, because I've definitely not found my objective so far. Oops, I accidentally selected the wolf. Yeah, I want to figure. I want to find. I'll probably check it between episodes as research or something, just to try to find how exactly you change your formations. Because it'd be handy to have a different one altogether. We have yet to find the berry, but I'm just having fun exploring a bit. It's a nice little crafted atmospheric area. I've heard this game has really good pacing, and we'll see how it goes. So far, we're off to a good start, but we have to see how long it takes for something to happen. Granted, I'm probably just supposed to follow the freaking path, but I was like, oh look, side paths, other things to look at. Let's look at those things instead. And so I looked at those things instead. Ooh, is that the bush? Adamus Vert. So we're finding everything except for what we're here for. Hang on.
We shouldn't stray too far.
The path winds through a narrow canyon, back the way you came. Grooves in the road mark the passage of hundreds of caravans. It's almost like a Oh! Hello, bad guy. How you doing? We've spotted an enemy. It's a young wolf with mystery stats. Mystery defense, mystery damage reduction, mystery everything. So, good news is, I have a young wolf too. And 2 other people. And my wolf might not even be young. So we might as well give these characters some commands. So I don't think my wolf has like actual skills right now. So I think I just pick them. Alright, knock down. 2 per encounter, melee only. Shoves the enemy with enormous force, knocking them prone and causing little damage. Versus just attacking them. Oh, I can choose to attack with a battle axe. A torch. I can punch people in the face. So those are fun. Or I can try to talk to her during the combat. That's a smart thing to do. So what I did is I selected, let's see. I can click with attack. I think I can select knockback and specifically click on them with that. I assume that's how this works. Then we'll switch to my main character. And my first goal is just going to be to get away from them a little bit. Pillars of Eternity Combat uses a pausable real-time system. Because you will often manage more than one character at a time, it's a good idea to pause the game, issue orders, and resume real time to see the orders play out. The options menu also contains many choices for automatic pausing when certain conditions are met. Example, the start of combat, which is currently happening. In fact, auto pause I have set for character death, low health, enemy spotted, hidden object found, combat start, spell cast, a few things. We'll tweak this as we go along, basically. I'm going to tell my main character just to get some distance away from the fight, because I think I specifically get a benefit for fighting people that are a large distance away, so I'm going to hope for that. There we go. Oh my god. So we're off to We're off to a big start on the stats. Is Young Wolf dying? Barely injured. Okay. All characters in the game, friend and foe, have 4 primary defenses against attacks: deflection, fortitude, reflex, and will. These defenses are based on the character's attributes, level, items, and other effects. Accuracy is compared to the appropriate defenses when an attack is made. If accuracy is below the targeted defense, the attack suffers a penalty to the roll and is more likely to result in a miss. If accuracy is above the targeted defense, the attack is more likely to result in a crit. So, I'm going to go ahead and activate... Oh, there's more stuff. All attacks that do damage have to overcome the target's damage reduction, DR. Enemy's DR reduces the incoming damage by the listed amount down to a minimum percentage. If you are having difficulty hurting an enemy, try switching to a weapon or attack that does a different damage type. Most enemies are strong against 1 or 2 damage types and weak against a similar number. Alright, we're going to continue to back off. I'm going to go into slow mode, I think. I think you activate with S. Alright, we're in slow mode, so I can make sure I know what I'm doing. Let's shoot this dude. Blammo! Look at that damage I do from a distance. Oh, we killed the young wolf. Auto pause because the target's destroyed. Party gained 30 experience. Let's see, how'd damage work out there? So Kaliska did a lot of damage there. 7, 11. But in one attack, Peril did 19, partly because of his range, I assume. And he's also a higher damage character in general. I don't know if we took any damage at all. Kaliska's fine, and Peril's fine. How about our wolf friend? Garrick's full health. No one in our party took damage. Way to go, young wolf! You died for nothing. I've never been more proud. All right, back to out of slow mode. There we go. Looks like we have a double speed. Oh, that's D. So slow, fast.
Sure.
Look at that. All right, that'll help exploring a bit. When I don't think I'm gonna kill myself. Get a new item. Oops. So our new item was. I walked right past it. A wolf hide. The wolves of the Deerwood are a large and crafty breed, bereft. That showed from when he ran up to me and died and did accomplish nothing. Bereft of the species' usual shyness, they present a serious hazard to travelers who venture off the beaten path. Hunters who seek them out will not usually contend with a single wolf, for they travel in packs of varying size, presenting a challenge to any lone hunter. Their furry hides are valued for the warmth they can provide, and the teeth of the strongest wolves make for impressive trophies. You also have beer over here. Speed, instant effects, +1. Oh, +1 damage reduction for 5 minutes. Apparently beer makes you harder to kill. Sure, why not? While a few foreigners have much kind to say about the beer in the Deerwood, where locals prefer to indulge in narcotics, beer is still a staple of every inn, home, and drunken feud. Apparently, people love them drugs around here. Alright, I'm not gonna judge. Or maybe I will. Sure. They can't stop me. They can't even tell. They're all fucking high.